Hi all, welcome to the second player of the month Reus SBC guide. Now he is 90 rated and is costing around 800k. This is not a cheap SBC in the slightest. I'm surprised it's double what his first player of the month cost. But if you can smash links would be awesome. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter at @GIsLegend. All the links are down below for posting the channel and social media links as always. I was kind of thinking it might have been Friday afternoon looking at, but I was hoping it would be a little bit later so I could get home a bit and it would be easier. But regardless, 4 routes, Reus, Bundesliga, Dortmund, player of the month. Now, the first part for this is going to be the most common way I'm seeing at the moment. Buffon, second informed Forest, Marquinhos, Thiago Silva, Ziyech, Khedira, Ozil, Thiago, Muller and Verratti. Don't need loyalty, don't need anything, so you're perfectly fine. It works out at 77k regardless. And it's 195k to do, and in my personal opinion for a 100k pack it's like one of the few that's not as bad. I'm looking to see if there's other ways. I was initially thinking could you go Oblak, saying that it might be Ter Stegen, PK and like Line, let's say for example, but I can't see that happening. I really don't see them going 89, 87, 82 and then like Busquets or Verratti, not Busquets or Rakitic at right centre mid. I can't see that happening, but I'll keep playing about with this one. But fairly straightforward in terms of to build. It's just the cost is so expensive. 195k, like this is mental. Like it was like 380, 400k to do the first play of the month. So it's like you're pretty much paying half what he cost just to do the first route. The second one is another expensive one. I did a lot of playing about with this one to try and squeeze as much as I could, like, and I mean squeeze. But it's another one of these routes that you're commonly going to see a lot of people doing near enough the same. For the Bundesliga, we went Farman, Piszczek, Toprak, Naldo and Jedvaj. The informs are Farman, Jedvaj and Soleimani. He's at left mid, then Milinkovic, Savic at centre mid, Verratti, Buffon, Cavani making up that PSG trio, and Immobile at left striker. Team works perfectly fine without loyalty. It would make 80k if you needed it. The reason I have 83 is because of Naldo, Pak, Piszczek and alone Milinkovic, Savic. I looked at ways of seeing if like Hydreki could go in, and then instead of Toprak you would do Orban, but it wasn't. I couldn't get it to work whatsoever, and then you'd be doing like Bender, but it was never working at all. So I kind of just gave up on that kind of hope. But I think if Orban was still German, you could have maybe squeezed it a little bit. I think because you'd have with Bender and Inform Orban would have been more links, but I don't think it would have. You'd still be struggling somewhere along the lines. The Dortmund route, this one is not too bad. The Bundesliga route is actually the most expensive for what I've done. Then with Dortmund is 185k. I was amazed how cheap I've managed to do this. The next cheapest for what I saw was about 20k more expensive. I was like, seriously, 20k more for the same SBC, 10 to 15k more, sorry, get my prices right. But this route is Neuer, Piszczek, Toprak, Jonathan Tah, Kolarov, informed Soleimani, Isco, Busquets, Rakitic, Gelson Martins and informed Charles. Now, a lot of people will not necessarily think to go this way, especially with Charles being the informed, same for Soleimani. But I was quite chuffed with this. I was really quite impressed. I think if you might even put Santi Mina and then doing adjustments here or there, I really try to play with it. Like Rakitic is 25k, Parejo's 24. It's like for one rating more, it's like 1,000 coins, and that 1,000 coins and that plus one rating make all the difference to making that so much cheaper. And the last route of the 4 is featuring the player of the month based route, and this one is another fairly expensive route, 195k, and it is not cheap. Ter Stegen is the German player, your Bundesliga player is Kagawa, and also covers the Bundesliga aspect, so you're right away he covers 2 of the 3 in an ideal world you would like Neuer to kind of be, but whatever happened regardless, you'd kind of end up with 2 of the 3. But the team is Ter Stegen, Asensio, Sergio Asensio even, Godin, Savic, Kagawa, Kroos, Malcolm, Banega, Isco, Benzema and Moreno. This route's a bit more flexible due to the 65 chem, so you have a lot of play on this, so you can really try and squeeze out ways of making this a lot bit cheaper. I've seen people put Iniesta in routes, but La Liga seems to be the smartest way. It's just how you incorporate it all told. So this is roughly working at about 770 to 800k to do. Personally, I'm holding off for now. I really want to do it because he's not going to get a card closer to it till team of the season, but it's a risk regardless. But hopefully you find this useful. As always folks, let me know in the comments below if you're going to risk the coins and so forth. Smash like as always, sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter at @GIsALegend. Take it easy all, thanks for watching and I will catch you all later.